So morning, it's Sunday the 21st of July. There's a weekly update on the greenhouse. So the first thing I really want to start is with the cucumbers. Check that out. Now I've had 8, 9 now, but there's one here, this one. It's massive in comparison to the size of my hand. I would say it's 2 hand spans long, and that's ready to eat. So that's coming off today. There's another 2 developed, 3 if you include that one, and another one over there, that's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's one underneath here off the same plants. Actually, that's ready to pick as well. See it there. There we go. 6. So that's them. Then, whilst we're on the subject of large, there's my Virginia sweet, still not ripened, but the size of it, it is enormous. And it's got a few other smaller fruits forming on the top of the plant now. Now, while I think of it, the challenge I've done with the hemp protein in one of the tomatoes, it was drying out and the leaves were flopping every day. So I've stuck the pair of them, both the plants, in a tray, and I'm watering the tray because I haven't got bigger pots, so they've got to go like that. Well, anyway, the one with the hemp protein is producing a few small fruits, a few more down there. But the one without, look at the trusses on that. They're Gardener's Delight. But look at the trusses. They're doing really well. And then we go round and just quickly go round. There's the Tiger Blush under there. Indigo Blue. Nearly ready to pick now, some of them. And then on, we've got more Gardener's Delight and more Gardener's Delight down in the corner. Starting from the other end, the chilies. Some of these are doing crazily well. Oh, there's a tomato here. I'm not even sure what variety it is. I'm guessing it's a Gardener's Delight, but I'm not sure. There. Then there's little baby watermelon. Then the other watermelon, I've got this tip off of Roots and Refuge. They net them, so if they fall, you don't lose the fruit. So obviously I didn't have a net like she did, but I did have an old net from the supermarket the oranges came in. So I've sort of jury rigged something. It's on a hook, which is wired to that upright, and if the melon happens to snap and fall, so I don't expect it to get too big, to be fair, not in here, but I won't lose my fruit. Then coming round, we've got more. Oh, in there with the watermelons, I've got some dwarf beans, and I don't know if you can even see them, but check them out. They're doing really well. They're ready to pick. That's dinner today. Then we come round, there's more tomatoes, and again, this is the Black Fruit Chula. I took the overripe one. That was really nice. It didn't go black, interestingly enough. It's more maroon, I would have called it, but still, the flavour was intense, really tomatoey. I really enjoyed that. It's the best tomato I've had this year, and more to come, so that's brilliant. Then there's more. There's tomatoes everywhere, pretty much. Not in much of a degree of ripeness, but there's tomatoes all over the shop. And chilies, loads and loads of chilies coming, which is a good thing. This is the least developing one, and even this has got fruit on it. There's my sweet pepper. That's got loads and loads. They're all small, mind, but there's plenty of fruit on there. Yeah, so everything's doing really well. It's early in the morning here, so there's not too many insects about, and it's quite chilly. Had a lot of rain and wind yesterday. Oh, I forgot to show you the microtons. The microtons are doing well. They're ripening up. This one's ripening up in complete darkness. There's no sunlight gets it out at all now. I've done that on purpose. And this other one, which does get sunlight, not doing as well. Seems to be dying off. But however, there's plenty of fruit, which is all good. A couple of new additions. This is a fuchsia plant I took a cutting of my son's, and I've got that out of the garden, and this is another cutting I've took off that, and it looks like that's took now because it's started producing new leaves. So that's good. Plants for free. And in here, I don't know if this is going to work at all. In fact, it doesn't look like it is yet. But this is a passion fruit. It's not dying, it's in water, but it doesn't seem to be any roots. Doesn't seem to be any roots forming on the end yet. We'll see. Works, it works. If it don't, it ain't the end of the world. Yeah, so that's the greenhouse update. So, fruit and more fruit. Speaking of fruit, walking swiftly forwards, the outdoor tomatoes, plenty of fruit here as well. I'm doing quite well. Strawberries, let's look at the strawberries. Lots of fruit. I seem to put the bird scarers in place. I seem to be capitalising on the strawberry crop. There's fruit forming all over the place. In amongst the thyme, and then of course there's the apple tree. Fruits developing nicely, and the tansy of course is about to flower. That's coming out of the apple tree tub. The sunflowers, they've all flowered now. A couple of them are over. The last one there. My potatoes, they're ready to lift out of that bag, but keep them till I need them. Then of course little strawberries all over the place here. Some producing fruit on the floor. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Figs. Loads of figs. If I get them I'll be chuffed a bit. In here are leeks, and I've just planted some carrot seeds. Just sowed some carrot seeds. You can see that's all coming through now. Another couple of interesting things. My beans. No fruit as yet, no beans yet, but flowers forming. And then, I don't know if you remember, I did the spring onions in the bucket. Cut the bottoms off and planted them. They're the ones I did a couple of weeks ago, and here's some I started yesterday. And other than that, these are my volunteer tomatoes that come from the suckers. That one's producing quite a bit of fruit there. It looks like it's going to be a gardener's delight. Don't know what this one is. No fruit on this one yet, but it's a healthy looking plant nonetheless. Something's at the basil that went in with it, but that don't matter. Plenty of basil. And then in Steve Trug, lots of courgettes, but I'm not getting the flowers right for some reason. I'm plenty of female fruit and flowers, but no males to pollinate. And likewise on the green variety. That said, I've had the beans out of here, quite a few beans. There's a few more still down there. And the sweet corn's doing well. It's about just over a foot high now, most of it. The broccoli was a bit of a letdown. But I don't think the weather's been right for it here this year. Anyways, well, still got some lettuce I can munch on. Go with the cucumber and tomatoes and spring onions. So that's pretty much it. There's some more tomatoes here that I started from, I think these were just prunings that I just stuck in a pot, to be honest. Again with the mint, I just rooted that just to get some more mint. So yeah, and that's about everything. And there's a plant I've just bought for my parents' wedding anniversary. Cost me a whole £1.99p, free flowering plants in together. And that's that. The noise you can hear is the birds I just fed. I wonder if I can get a shot of them on the fence there. Hopefully you saw that. Anyway, that's that. So yeah, have a good weekend.